Welcome back everyone. Here we are with the second part of the chapter Mechanical Properties of Solids. We already had discussion on the part 1, that is elastic behavior. Now we are going to start with the second one, friction in solids. Before we'll start with this, we are going to have a quick discussion on what is hardness and what is toughness. What is difference in between exactly? Hardness is the property of material which enables it to resist plastic deformation, and toughness is the ability of a material to resist fracturing when the force is applied into it. Hardness of material is different from its strength and toughness. Now when we are going to consider the nature of any solid, at that time the frictional force is also different or differed from particle to particle or solid to solid. So what is friction basically? Friction is the resistance to motion of one object moving relative to another. It is not a fundamental force like gravity or electromagnetism. Instead, scientists believe it is the result of the electromagnetic attraction between charged particles into a touching surface. Friction is a catch-all term that collectively refers to all forces which act to reduce motion between objects and the matter they contact. Friction often transforms the energy of motion into thermal energy or the wearing away of moving surfaces. You can see few examples over here. Now, when we consider the surface of any body, each body exerts a certain amount of force on other. These forces are tangential to the surface. The force on one body is opposite to the direction of motion between two bodies. It prevents or opposes the relative motion. So, when we consider there is a possibility of slipping due to a lack of force of opposition to initiate any motion between a pair of surfaces, we require a minimum force. Also, after the motion begins, the constant force is required over there. This mechanical force between two solid surfaces in contact with each other is called frictional force. And the property which resists the relative motion between these two surfaces is called friction. The amount of friction depends on these two basic factors: roughness of the surface and the force pushing the surfaces together. So when we consider the smooth surfaces are observed under the powerful microscope, many irregularities and projections are observed. According to the modern theory, cause of friction is the force of attraction between molecules of two surfaces in actual contact, in addition to the force due to the interlocking between two surfaces. Due to small area, pressure at all points of contact is very high. Hence, there is a strong force of attraction between the forces applied on the surfaces in contact. If both surfaces are of same material, this force is cohesive force, and if the surfaces are of different materials, they called as the adhesive force. When the surfaces in contact become more smooth, the actual area of contact goes on increasing. Due to this, the force of attraction between the molecules increases and friction also increases. The friction formula is given by mu is equal to Ff upon Fn. Ff is frictional force, Fn is normal reaction, mu is coefficient of friction. So when we apply force, this frictional force is directly proportional to normal reaction. That's why that Ff upon Fn terms becomes constant, called as the coefficient of friction. There are two main types of friction followed by the third one. The first one is static, second one is kinetic, and third one is rolling friction. Static friction operates between two surfaces that aren't moving relative to each other, while kinetic friction acts between objects in motion, and same with rolling motion too. Here, there are three types of motions: static, dynamic, rolling, and fluid. Generally, dynamic friction, fluid friction, and kinematic friction, they both are under same nature or same properties. So static, kinetic, and rolling friction we are going to discuss right now. First one, static friction. It is a gripping friction. It is a force that prevents relative motion between surfaces in contact with each other. Without static friction between your feet and the floor, you could not walk or run. Your feet would slip. Without static friction between your tires and the road, you could not start or stop the car. In this way, here is the definition of static friction. It is defined as the frictional force which balances applied force when the body is static. It's called force of static friction. Static friction prevents sliding motion. The maximum static friction force Ff between two surfaces is the coefficient of static friction times the normal force. It means, here we know that the limiting force of static friction is directly proportional to normal reaction. So when you take the ratio of both of them, it gives us the coefficient of static friction, mu s. So mu s is equal to Ff upon Fn. Ff is frictional force and Fn is force developed by normal reaction. There are few laws also. The first law, the force of friction always acts in a direction opposite to that in which the body tends to move. The magnitude of limiting friction bears a constant ratio to the normal reaction between two surfaces. The magnitude of the force of friction is exactly equal to the force which tends the body to move. The force of friction depends upon the roughness to the surfaces. According to your textbook, the limiting force of static friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction. The limiting friction is independent of the apparent area between the surfaces in contact. The limiting force of friction depends upon materials in contact and nature of their surfaces. You can see few examples over here. Static friction prevents this creta from sliding when pushed until the pushing force is greater than the maximum static friction force available. You can see if mass is 40 kg and the force applied is 120 Newton, the force applied is 160 Newton, the force applied is 200, the force applied is 160 Newton. In first two conditions, the body does not move. In third one, it starts moving, and in fourth one, it slides. The second type of friction is kinetic friction. Kinetic friction is a sliding friction. It is the force that resists sliding or skidding motion between two surfaces. Friction between two surfaces in contact when one body is actually sliding over the another body is called kinetic or dynamic friction. Now let's think on this. Which takes more force to push over a rough floor? A board or a board with 3 bricks on it? I'll give you explanation about this. When you consider this kinetic friction, again there are few laws regarding that. The force of kinetic friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction between two surfaces in contact. So again, The formula is same, mu k is equal to F upon Fn. Ff is force for kinetic friction, Fn is force applied by normal reaction. So mu k is ratio of both of them. It is defined as the ratio of force of kinetic friction to the normal reaction between two surfaces in contact. Now, according to the laws, the force of kinetic friction is independent of shape and apparent area of the surfaces in contact. It means the magnitude of the kinetic friction bears a constant ratio to the normal reaction between two surfaces, as the force of friction always acts in a direction opposite to that in which the body is moving. I asked you one question over here, I'm sorry. Which takes more force to push over a rough floor? So now the answer is both will take same, because of the kinetic friction is a sliding friction, and when you consider the force of kinetic friction is independent of shape and apparent area in the surface of contact, you will get the answer. The force of kinetic friction depends on the nature and material of the surfaces in contact. The magnitude of kinetic friction is independent of the relative velocity between the object and the surface, provided that the relative velocity is neither too large nor too small. So this is about kinetic friction and laws. Moving towards next point, that is rolling friction. Friction between two bodies in contact when one body is rolling over another is called rolling friction. Means if the point of contact of the body with the surface keeps changing continuously, then that is called as rolling friction. For example, we can consider the surface is a wheel roller or a ball. For example, we can take riding a bike, tires and ground, bowling, ball and length. So when you consider this at that time, for the same pair of surfaces, the force of static friction is greater than force of kinetic, while the force of kinetic is greater than force of rolling. So rolling motion का force क्या होता है? सबसे minimum, static का सबसे maximum and kinetic का in between. Please underline this word. The force of static friction is greater than kinetic friction is greater than rolling friction. So the force required for rolling is smaller and for force static friction is maximum one. In short, you will get this. For kinetic friction, it is the ratio of Ff upon Fn. For static, it's force for static friction to the normal reaction, and for rolling, it's force for rolling friction to the normal reaction. This static friction force is greater than the kinetic, and kinetic is greater than the rolling friction. Now in short, what is concept? Coefficient of friction. Two solid objects moving against each other experiences kinetic friction. In this case, the friction is some fraction of the perpendicular force acting between two objects. In general, the force is independent of the contact area and doesn't depend on how fast the objects are moving. Now, how to increase the friction? There are few methods. Rough the surface, more hills and valleys, and there are not are deeper. Replace rolling with sliding. More force pushing together. The hills and the valleys are pushed together harder, so the hills and valleys are in closer contact. Way to reduce friction: smooth the surface, replace sliding with rolling, add a lubricant like oil, grease in the different parts of machine. Use of ball bearings converts kinetic friction into rolling friction. Now, when we consider advantages of this friction, friction is very necessary in our day-to-day life. We can walk due to the friction between ground and feet. We can hold object, brakes of vehicles work due to the friction, climbing on a tree, and many more. So this is all about the second part of this chapter, friction in solids. In this chapter, we discussed about what is difference between hardness and toughness. What is friction in solids? What do you mean by frictional force? What is exactly working of origin of friction, cohesive force, adhesive force, types of friction, their laws, their properties, advantages, disadvantages, and methods of reducing friction. So this is over for this chapter. For any doubt, you can always contact us. I hope you understood everything. Thank you.